2023. SUVs are all the hype, minivans are long gone out of style, sedans are meh, and station wagons, wait, do people still drive station wagons? Regardless, there's a reason that station wagons aren't in many lineups anymore. They're not making any bestsellers list. However, hop in the 2023 Volvo V60 Cross Country and you might have a change of heart. Let's take a closer look. Let's start on the inside with what I think is the least likable part of this vehicle, and that's the infotainment. It seems to be neatly packaged into this big touchscreen. It looks minimalistic and modern, and I'm sure that's what Volvo is going for, but unfortunately, in this case, it doesn't translate to simple. And what we really need in modern cars is a bit more simplicity and far less distractions. That said, for just over $72,000, which is what this ultimate trim costs when you add on several options, a 2023 luxury vehicle with all its modern tech should be updated to wirelessly connect to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This one does not. But it does have several USB-C ports, meaning a regular USB won't work, so be sure to keep the right cord handy or leave one in the vehicle. Likely in the center storage that won't hold much else. Another thing found in many new cars is a wireless phone charger, but not in here. However, in this case, it's truly not missed at all. Your phone will likely be plugged in if you, like myself, are usually connected to CarPlay, and therefore your phone will already be charging. A wireless phone charger would have been a huge waste of space in here. But you know what wouldn't be a waste of space? Climate control buttons. Ones that are easily accessible physical buttons. They get used so often and shouldn't be confusing. Granted, many new vehicles come with a learning curve and require a grace period for which you can get used to using some controls. However, climate controls shouldn't be one of those things. In here, you need to swipe up from the bottom of the screen to access the full view of climate options. From there, instead of using simple icons, there's an area of space that indicates where you want the air blown. There's a sync button, the heated and ventilated seat controls, and an option at the top that allows you to control the rear settings. An appreciated feature in this top trim is the 4-zone climate control. If you have kids who are either sweating or freezing or both within a matter of minutes, then you can appreciate climate controls in the back. In fact, the back controls are simpler than the front ones, and it's super easy to reach and see from the passenger seat, especially if you don't want to deal with that touchscreen. While we're on the topic of kids, you'll likely be delighted to know that 3 car seats can in fact fit in the back seat. Of course, depending on the size of the car seats. I managed to fit my 3, but the 2 booster seats overlapped on the buckles a bit, which isn't too big of a deal. I've seen and dealt with far worse. As for cargo space, well, it's a wagon. It's got a ton of practical space back there. Its 519 liters is more than enough room to fit a 3-piece Haze luggage set or a ton of groceries. Take your pick. Moving back to the front, the driver's seat is comfy and power adjustable in many different ways. Not to mention there's a $1,300 massage option in this tester that isn't quite the deep tissue massage that you probably want, but it's better than many other massage features from other brands. You may be wondering what the difference is between a regular V60 and the V60 Cross Country. Quite frankly, they're almost identical in looks, but the Cross Country has more ground clearance. It isn't the most off-road ready vehicle, but it'll surely get you through some muddy cottage roads. The V60 also has a plug-in variant, while the Cross Country does not, yet. If you've ever had any doubts about the way a hybrid might drive, whether it's a lack of picking up speed or maybe just not as fun, do away with those doubts. This wagon moves. It's smooth, it's refined, it's quick to respond, the steering feels amazing, and the 360-degree camera and park assist make it super easy to park. It's everything I want in a drive. For the most part, as long as the car's seats are comfy and it drives relatively smoothly, I'm happy. But the 2023 Volvo V60 Cross Country takes comfy and smooth to a whole new level. In the simplest of terms, let me quote Driving's Jill McIntosh, who drove the V60 Cross Country back in 2020. She said about the driving experience, "I'm in love," and I totally agree. Under the hood, there's a standard turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 247 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. It's also equipped with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. This V60 Cross Country has a combined fuel rating of 9 liters per 100 kilometers, 10.1 in city driving, 7.7 on the highway, but keep in mind that it does require premium fuel. Let's round out this review with a quick list of some other things I adored about the V60 Cross Country. 1. The crystal mode selector. It's so extra and yet it's still not trying too hard by complicating the way in which we shift modes. 2. The heated steering wheel gets super hot, and in these Canadian winters, I'm a fan. And speaking of winters, all-wheel drive is standard. 3. I appreciate the powered child lock for the rear doors. And 4. The upgraded Bowers & Wilkins sound system is pricey, but it's beyond amazing. What's better than a denim blue luxury station wagon? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. Likely, you've probably thought of a handful of things, but that's okay. I think you should give the 2023 Volvo V60 Cross Country a chance. It might not be the car you want, but it might just be the station wagon you need. For Driving.ca, I'm Renita Narain. For more car reviews and news, check out Driving.ca or follow us on Twitter or Instagram.